Welcome to the 20 somethings first ever live session. I am Navya Shah, and today, on behalf of the 20 somethings, I'll be hosting this live along with Urvashi Agarwal. So, Urvashi is a nutritionist and a health coach, and she is also the founder of Urban Gurukul. And through Urban Gurukul, Urvashi helps people in changing their lifestyle and becoming healthy through ancient techniques and wisdom. And now I would like Urvashi to give us a small introduction about herself and about Urban Gurukul.
Hi everyone, I am Urvashi Agrawal. I am an integrative wellness coach. So I help people, I work on their mind, body, and soul. By mind, body, and soul, I mean that, till date people were thinking nutrition is only about food, what we eat. But more than food, it is how we think, how we digest that food. So in integrative nutrition, I train people to work on their physical, mental health together. And I specialize in reversing lifestyle disorders like thyroid, BP, PCOS, infertility. If anybody has any problem, can reach out to me. And thank you so much, Navya, for inviting me for this live session. I am really, glad to be connected to a young community of girls who have great zeal and enthusiasm. And also, it is great to see that you guys are so aware about health. But by health, I mean physical health and mental health both. And in today's live, we will talk how physical health and mental health are connected to each other and how they, in return, hinder our, treat our hormones. So we will talk about it. So we can take questions now.
So thank you, Urvashi, for your introduction and for saying such nice things about 20 somethings. I was wondering,
Right.
I'll give a very small brief about 20 somethings to everybody who's new here,
Yeah.
and then we
So,
can start with the Q&A. Okay, so for everybody who's new here, the 20 somethings is a networking community for females who are in their 20s. Now, as you know, networking has different meanings for everyone. You can be a part of the club if you are solely looking for the purpose of networking with other people, as in you want to connect with people from your own profession or from other professions who can help you out in your industry. And also net you can also be a part of the group if you are looking for socializing, which is you want to meet new people, you want to become friends with new people, you just want to expand your social circle. And even if you don't fall under these two categories and you just want to be a part of a club and have some sort of sense of belongingness somewhere, then that is where we come to play. So that is about 20 somethings. And the reason why we have chosen this topic for our life is because for females, we go through a lot of hormonal changes in our 20s. Like, I think our bodies change almost every year. And our hormones and our mental health are very directly related. So it is very important for all young females to understand this relationship, because once you are aware of what is affecting what, then you can take certain steps to minimize those negative effects and lead a healthier life. So that is why we have chosen this particular topic. And now, if Urvashi is ready, we will start with our questions.
for sure, for sure.
Okay, so Urvashi, first question which we have is pretty simple. What exactly is PCOS and what are some of the common symptoms?
See, first of all, you all need to understand one thing that our body is completely interconnected with each other. Each and every organ is interconnected, and the hormones play the role of messengers to communicate between these organs. And in polycystic ovarian syndrome, what normally happens is that our hormones, which lead to reproduction in young women, are disturbed. Disturbed, say, I mean that estrogen, progesterones, and androgens are not in balance. Like androgens are the male hormones, and they are dominated in young women who have PCOS. So what happens is when androgens are dominated, you have late periods or you have irregular periods, or you have fertility issues, you have a lot of inflammation in the body, your body has insulin resistance, you have a lot of hair growth because your male hormones are dominant. So slowly and gradually your body starts becoming like a male. That is the reason you have so much of hair growth on your face.
All right. Okay. So the next question is related to the first one. How
Right.
does PCOS affect our menstrual cycle?
See, normally, if you are a normal girl who has no PCOS, you will have your 28 days to 30 days of period cycle. And the eggs would be produced in your ovaries, and you will have a normal menstrual cycle. But in the case of PCOS, where your male hormones are dominant, eggs are not produced in your ovaries. And also, if eggs are there, follicles, large follicle cover those eggs. See, I'm explaining you in a very simple way so that you all can understand.
Yeah.
The eggs are covered with the follicles, and because of that, you don't have a regular natural period cycle. That is the reason. So it is very important to have a proper balance in your body to have regular periods.
All right. Okay. So I'll move on to the next question. How does hormonal change due to birth control pills taken in PCOD affect a girl's mood?
See, if you are under an allopathic treatment, the doctors would give you either birth control pills or would give you, and also would give you insulin resistant pills. The reason to give you birth control pill is only because it balances your estrogen and progesterone levels and also reduces the cyst in your ovary, because of which you would get periods, regular periods. But the only problem is that birth control pills has its own side effects. Like some
Hmm.
girls would have too much of irritation, sleepless nights, acne on the face. Also, birth control pills directly related to your sex hormones. So women who are on birth control pills, normally studies say that after 6 months of birth control pill, they have to take antidepressant pills because they are very irritated, they have really bad moods. So
Hmm.
instead of taking a birth control pill, I would suggest why not go and change your lifestyle. PCOS is a lifestyle disorder which can be reversed. So we should work on our lifestyle changes rather than just popping pills like candies,
Hmm.
right?
Correct. Yeah, that made a lot of sense. Okay, so the next question is, because of hormonal imbalance, there's a lot of irritation which I face. What should I do about it and why does that happen? I think it's pretty
See,
similar to the earlier question.
yeah. So actually, estrogen and progesterone hormones look after our serotonin. The serotonin is a happy hormone, which is related to our. Can you just repeat the question? Sorry, Navya.
Yeah, sure. It says, because of hormonal imbalance, there's a lot of irritation which I face. What should I do about it and why does it happen?
See, because of an imbalance between our hormones that are estrogen and progesterone, serotonin is disturbed. Serotonin is the happy hormone, which gives us happiness, which take cares of our sleep, of our appetite, of our mood. So, because there is an imbalance, serotonin is not produced in our body. Because of which, whenever you meet a girl who has PCOS, you would always see that she's very irritated, she's very agitated, she's not normal. So, we need to balance the hormones. We need to do deep breathing. We need to do yoga, meditation, which can increase the serotonin levels. We need to take care of our gut microbiome where serotonin is produced. And also, we can add on magnesium, which would relax our muscles and, give us a good mood.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go on to the next question.
Hmm.
Um, my hormone levels and my thyroid are normal, but I still have acne on my chin and some hard hair growth. What should I do regarding this?
See, first of all, one should understand that if anything is happening on your face or on your body, that is a clear picture that something is disturbed inside. If you have an acne or a hair growth,
Hmm.
even if your hormones and your thyroid is balanced, I agree, but there would be a lot of inflammation in your body. Inflammation can be because of your junk food or your disturbed sleep cycle, or maybe because you have a very sedentary life, or there are any number of reasons of inflammation. So you need to find out the root cause. What is the root cause? Why is acne happening? Why is hair happening? And then work on it.
All right. The next question is also pretty similar. It says how to curb facial hair growth.
See, again, I just said that facial hair growth, you need to first find out the reason. Nowadays, young girls have facial hair. What they do is they just rush to salons for waxing or threading or laser treatments. But that you are just just removing them. But you need to cure them from inside. You need to understand what is the reason, why it is happening, and then only you can cure it from inside. But if you just want a tip from me, then you can take, baking soda and also add coconut oil in it and just give a massage on that hair growth. You would see it would soften and come out. Same ways you can use either coffee scrub with lemon, or you can use oatmeal with banana. You can make these scrubs, do a steam and just scrub them. They would remove those hair.
Okay, so one thing I want to clarify is that it's not necessary, right, that a girl has PCOD or PCOS only then she is suffering from a harder hair growth. Like somebody who does not have PCOD, even they can have
Of course, of course.
harder facial growth,
It
right?
depends on your area and region. Like normally, if you see Punjabi girls have good thick hair growth. So it is
Yeah.
also genetic. Not always that anybody and everybody who has a darker hair growth has PCOS. It also depends on your genes, on your region of where you live, how you were born, and what kind of, because initially if babies are born and they are given a good scrub and massage, they have really light hair growth. But people
Yeah.
who are not aware, and they have thicker hair growth. So it depends on how you are brought up also.
All right. And is there any can you also point out if there is any myth associated with any food item? Like, sometimes people say ki, oh, ye khane se you'll get a harder hair growth. Is there anything
No,
about
no,
it
no,
which is
no.
true?
Not at all. Not at all. There is no
No,
myth
no,
as
right?
such. Yeah. And harder hair growth is either related to imbalance of hormones or your genes. That's
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
Good, good. I'm glad we have that cleared out. Okay, the next question is, do food habits have an effect on mental health?
Of course. See, you are what you eat. First thing I want to tell, Jesse, whatever you put in your body, that is how you become. So,
Yeah.
food habits have direct connection to your mental health. Food, gut, and our hello, can you hear me, Navya? Gut and our
Yeah,
brain are
I
directly connected to each other. And in our gut microbiome, there are trillions and trillions of bacteria living that are good and bad bacteria. You must all have heard about gut microbiome. So there are good and bad bacteria, which are the transmitters between your gut and your brain. So if you eat good bacteria become more, are produced more, and serotonin and dopamine, which are happy hormones, they transmit more between your body, through your body. But if you have bad food, that is junk or processed food, then the bad bacteria, the colony of bad bacteria increases, which is the reason then you feel agitated, irritated. Maybe it would give you happiness for a very little time, but later on you will feel very irritated. So your food has direct connection with your mental health, and to have a positive mental health, a good mental health, you need to have probiotics and prebiotics which you can add so that you have a healthy gut.
All right. Good. Okay. Next question is, what types of activities and food heal mental health?
See, activities I would say which really works is meditation. One strongest activity is meditation, deep breathing. Once when you sit in meditation, I know young girls say that I can't do meditation, it is not possible for me. But once you start doing it for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, you will see how calmer you become as a person. Deep breathing is really good. Once you have control over your breath, once you close your eyes and do deep breathing, then also, along with meditation and deep breathing, talking to a friend, genuinely, which I feel that, talking
Yeah.
to a friend also heals you. So you can talk to somebody who does not judge you, and you are on the phone, you can just share what is going on.
Be
That,
candid and just
yeah.
vent.
Yes, just went out, going for a
Hmm.
walk, working out. All these activities heal you mentally. And the foods that you can eat is foods which are rich in antioxidants, in fiber, like legumes, foods which are rich in serotonin, like, you should have berries, legumes, then chickpeas, beans, whole food. All these are really good. Pre and probiotics like kombucha or maybe curd or anything which is fermented is very good to heal you, to make you feel more relaxed.
You know what you said about meditation is so correct, because it's been just 3 days since I have started practicing meditation right when I wake up in the morning. And when I meditate, you actually realize the speed of thoughts in your head, like one after the other. You're having
Right.
one thought, there's one thought, and then there's the next one. So you just, and sometimes you even lose track, how did I even start? Like, how did I even reach this thought? Like, and how did I even begin? So, I mean, that's what you said about meditation is so, so true. And when I meditate, even if I feel calm for like 5 minutes or even 2 minutes, then I think, chalo, it was successful, because it's
Yeah.
very hard to concentrate throughout 10 minutes. But even 2 minutes help.
But you know what? If those particular thoughts have come and gone at that time of meditation, they would not disturb you the entire day. But if you are
Hmm.
not meditating, those thoughts will keep on ticking your head the entire day. So it is
Yeah.
really good. So you just vent out those thoughts, let them come
Yeah.
and go so that you have a relaxed day ahead, right?
Yeah. Basically, it's about acknowledging your thoughts, right?
Right. And expressing gratitude. When you're meditating, you can also express gratitude for what all you have. You are in silence, you have all the space where you can think what is happening, what did happen, what will happen. You can plan everything. There are two kinds of meditation. One in which people have a lot of thoughts. One in which people say that they are in complete shunya, means they don't have any thoughts. So
Yeah.
it depends on the level of meditation you are. But initially, we can always start with something at least.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'll ask you the next question.
Yeah.
So, actually, this question comes from me. I wanted to ask you, see, for some people, eating junk food gives them happiness, as you answered in the previous question.
Right.
Like, they're happy when they eat junk food, they enjoy it. But at the same time, we know that it does not have a very healthy effect on their bodies. Even that's very clear. But somehow it is still giving them happiness. And some might say, oh, if it's making them happy, then their mental health might be good, because what they're doing is making them happy, so it'll have a positive effect on their mental health. But this is not quite right. I mean, I don't think that happiness is correct. So what can somebody do to understand this battle between happiness from junk food and its harmful effects on our body?
I would say this is a question of everybody between 15 to maybe 25. Not only you, but
Yeah.
it's everybody's question, right?
Yeah.
See, first of all, you should understand what is junk food. and why it gives you happiness. So foods which you give you happiness after you eat them are normally comfort foods. By comfort foods, I mean foods which are rich in sugar. That is all your cakes, pastries, donuts, they are rich in sugar. Then I would say foods which are rich in caffeine, that are your colas, tea, coffee. Then I would say foods that are rich in trans fat, that are your deep fried fries or anything like that. And fourthly, it would be foods rich in sodium, that are your chips, pizzas, everything which is packaged food. These four categories are comfort foods. The moment you eat comfort foods, there is a spike of sugar happening in your body, which gives happiness to your brain, right? But as soon as the effect of that food goes down, you again feel irritated and angry, and again then you look for that comfort food. So it is a vicious circle. You get agitated, you eat comfort food, you feel happy. The moment the effects goes, then you again look for comfort food, and this way you get tempted and you get addicted to this food, and it is a vicious cycle. If you really know that this food is causing you problem, eating it once in a blue moon, like once in a week or maybe twice for young girls like you, it is fine. But you can't just make it your staple food. You need to have control. See, all these
Yeah.
food items are causing imbalance. This is the only reason so many girls today have PCOS, because of the imbalance, because of the
Yeah.
lifestyle they are leading. So we need to figure out. We need to have control, and all you can do is you can have a control. You can train your mind. You can treat yourself once in a while and shift to healthy eating.
Yeah, I mean, the cycle which you mentioned, sometimes you even end up feeling guilty after you've
Yeah.
eaten junk food or whatever. You end up feeling guilty. And then sometimes it's like, हमें लगता है कि अरे अब तो खा लिया, अब तो
हाँ,
हो गया.
अब
So
तो
then
हो
we
गया.
go and eat more. हाँ, then we go
Yeah,
and
अब
eat
तो
more.
हो गया, and then this happens, अब तो हो गया, and then after a while when that spike is over, you again go and look for the chips packet. Then you look for the ice cream or the cola. So the circles
Yeah.
keeps on going and you never stop.
Yeah, correctly said. Okay, so the next question which we have is what to eat when you're feeling anxious and stressed to calm yourself down.
See, again, it is the same question, but I would say that you should eat foods that are rich in antioxidants, that are rich in fibers, whole grains you should eat. You should eat foods which are rich in polyphenols like beans, legumes. All these foods are really nerve relaxers. Then you should have chamomile tea. You should see that chamomile tea or any kind of teas have really high in antioxidants which relax your mind. So instead of going for a junk or an ice cream or just hiding behind a chocolate saying that I am sad, does not work. It's better that you
Yeah,
choose for a healthy option. You can take a bath, go for a walk, just divert your mind, listen to
divert your mind.
music. But you need to choose healthy.
So it's about making the right choice.
Yes, it is about making. See, if you choose for a berry or a jamun or a falsa or maybe any blueberry, strawberry, whatever you like, you would really see that your mood is really happy because of the food. So that ways you can make a better choice. At night, if you're not feeling sleepy, you can just have a chamomile tea and you can sleep. Your nerves will relax and you will have a deep sleep. So it is about the choice you make.
Okay. One question which has caught my eye. Somebody's written
Yeah.
that does dark chocolate help reduce stress?
Yes, it does. It does, but in moderation. You just
Moderate.
can't, think that dark chocolate helps you to reduce stress, and you keep on eating dark chocolates the
Yeah.
entire day. Having a piece of a dark chocolate is fine, but in moderation. Everything in moderation.
Not like you just end up eating the whole bar and say,
Yeah,
oh,
of
it
course.
reduces stress.
You can't make
Yeah.
chocolate your meal, na. You can just have a
Yeah.
small piece and it's fine.
Okay. Next question which we have is bloating makes a lot of girls feel conscious about themselves. Tips to reduce bloating if and when it happens and how to be okay with it.
See, first of all, we should understand one thing. What is the reason of bloating? Bloating again happens because of inflammation, maybe constipation, maybe because you have had a late night dinner at night, because maybe you have had a sleepless night. Like young girls nowadays, I see they are so much on Netflix or maybe on phone or maybe on chit chatting with their friends. That is the reason next day they have bloating because they have not had a rested night, they have not had a good digestion. That is the reason they are bloated. So you need to figure out that first. Secondly, if you have constant bloating, you should avoid windy foods. Windy foods means which create vat in your body, like beans, legumes, onions. These are food items which create vat in your body or wind, so you should avoid that. And then to reduce the bloating, you can have either have peppermint tea, that is pudina. You can add mint and have a tea. You can have wheat pearl barley tea. There are many remedies for bloating, but first you need to fix your lifestyle so that bloating does not happen.
Yeah. Also, Urvashi, is it, I mean, I don't know how true this is, but does rice cause bloating, especially if you
Yeah.
eat it at night?
Yeah, to many people. See, everybody's body is different. Everybody is a bio individual. So some people rice causes bloating that your rice is cooked in the morning and you have it at night. So that rice which is in outside or in your fridge creates a lot of vat in your body. So if you really want to have rice at night, it should be freshly cooked.
All right. Okay. So the next question is I get tired easily after working out, so I get demotivated and stop being consistent. I keep thinking that there will be no change in my body. How do I get back on track?
See, first of all, when once you start working out, you need to check your nutrition levels. I have seen young girls, especially young girls, they are not eating anything just because they want to be sleek, slim. They don't eat anything and they just hit the gym or any kind of workout. Because of that, they have lack of nutrition, because of which they get tired very easily. So you need to have a pre-workout, which is like an apple or eggs or a glass of vegetable juice before you start your workout. You should up your nutrition and then hit a gym or a workout. Later on, after you have done with your workout, see that you have recovered well. You have a good dose of your protein, that is either a sattu or eggs or yogurt. You should have good amount of nutrition so that there is a balance in your body, and also the wear and tear which has happened during the workout you recover. Even and also there is a loss of electrolytes when you perspire. You have too much of perspiration, there is loss of electrolytes. So you
Yeah.
can squeeze a lemon in your water bottle and just keep sipping.
All right. And
And
also,
about
yeah. Yeah,
hmm,
yeah, yeah, continue.
so sorry. And about the mental thing which you mentioned, somebody asked that I feel that I would there is no change in your body.
Change, yeah.
Yeah. So stop giving such messages to your body. Be positive about yourself. If you keep on training your body saying that nothing will happen, you are giving a message to your body that see, I'm working out, but you don't have to do anything to me. You don't have to change. So everything is consistency, discipline, and your attitude. If you have a positive attitude, you will see the change. If you have a negative attitude, no changes will happen.
Hmm, correct. Also, what I was asking was that, as you said, hitting the gym also requires that, you take care of your nutrition. So, is it true that like if you're not taking care of your nutrition and you are hitting the gym, is it the reason why you are not seeing any results? Because you are not taking care of your nutrition?
Of course, of course. See, eating less or not eating will not lead to weight loss. This I need to tell each and every one of you. If you will not eat, your metabolism in the body will slow down. And food is the requirement to run this body. It is like you are telling a car to run without petrol. How is it possible? You need the food. If you will not eat food, your body will start leaching out from your hair, from your skin, from other parts of your body. Everything which makes you beautiful, it will take it from there. People who don't eat, are on starvation diet, you will see that they have good hair, they have hair loss, they have acne all over face. So eating right is very important to hit the gym or workout.
All right. Okay, we move on to the next one. It says, it'll be great if you could tell me a few ways to embrace myself again, if there is something that could bring back the ever positive person in me.
See, positivity is all about self love. Nowadays, the problem with young women like you all is that you keep on comparing yourself with the other. She is really tall, she is really beautiful,
Yeah,
she is very fair, she has such good abs. That is the problem which is creating negativity amongst yourself. If
correct.
everybody by God is blessed with something unique, you need to find out your unique. What is unique in you? And if you
Hmm.
don't love yourself, why would somebody else love you? So that is very important to understand. That self love is very important. You need to love yourself first, only then you can love others. And positive attitude would come only with self love. Are you understanding? If you love
Yeah.
yourself, you would be positive about you. But if you keep on saying, मैं ऐसी
Hmm.
हूँ, वो ऐसी है, ऐसा क्यों? You keep on comparing in your head, you will always have low self-worth about yourself. So, say
Yeah.
good things. Find out the best thing in you. आप में क्या अच्छा है? आप में क्या यूनिकनेस है?
Hmm.
आपकी क्या क्वालिटीज हैं? आप किस में अच्छे हैं?
Hmm.
And then work step by step ahead. See, you are such a good orator. So you know that you are a good orator and you are having a club like this. You are the founder of the club. You are just 20 years old and still you can do it. But if you waste in your 20s, you sit and compare yourself with others, nothing will happen,
Yeah. You know,
right?
whatever you've said is absolutely true. And I mean, I agree with all of this, but as millennials, sometimes it gets very difficult. Why? Because all of our life is spent on Instagram. I mean, even I'm not too proud to say this out loud, but we do spend a huge chunk of our day on Instagram. And Instagram is so huge and vast that you do end up comparing yourself. I mean, even if you don't want to, sometimes, like, I totally agree with what you said, and I mean, everybody should follow it. But I'm just giving you a millennial's point of view that, sometimes it is so hard, like, to compare yourself to someone, especially when they are exactly your age. Because you see so many types of people on Instagram, and you're like, Are she's doing this, and then you're like, oh no, I am not. I mean, what do I compare myself with? She has done this much in life and I haven't, and I'm still stuck over here. So sometimes it does get very hard to not compare yourself with someone.
First of all, you all should understand Instagram or social media is not the real world.
Yeah,
We all are here. We just see what they want to show us.
sure.
Nobody shows their real self, how they're really
Yeah,
looking without a makeup, or how their real life is, how their real family is. People are just showing what they want to portray. And
want to
we
yeah.
just see that thing and start comparing. We don't know how she's feeling emotionally inside. Maybe she's putting
Yeah,
a fancy picture, fancy post, but maybe she's
yeah.
broken from inside. She needs somebody to talk to. Just those
Yeah.
messages which she get below her uh, post, stop comparison, and we need to
Yeah.
reduce our time. Being
Time.
on Instagram the entire day would not lead us anywhere. So we need to restrict our time. That 2 hours we are made for Instagram, 2 hours we need to read something, 2 hours we need for our mental
Yeah.
health, physical health. That is how you need to divide your day.
Again, even this becomes a vicious cycle only that, the more
Yeah,
time you spend, the more
which is
people
like
you'll see.
huh, true.
Yeah. Okay. So, the next question which we have is how to fix our sleeping schedule. Now, even I want to know this.
See, first of all, according to me, sleep is the most inexpensive drug which God has given us for free. It is for free. And sleep can fix everything. Everything means everything. And this is
Yeah.
the thing which we have taken for granted. कभी भी सो जाएंगे, कभी भी उठ जाएंगे. But we should understand that our body has a circadian rhythm. By circadian rhythm, I mean we have a biological clock inbuilt in our body, which is given to us by God. So that
Yeah.
biological clock works according to the sun, with the sunset and with the sunrise. If the sunrise
Hmm.
is there, we need to wake up. If the sunset is there, we need to sleep. That is how
Yeah.
the biological clock works. But हम सब ने क्या किया है? हमने उसको पूरी तरह से डिस्टर्ब कर दिया है. We
Yeah.
sleep whenever we want, we wake up whenever we want, and that is the reason why our hormones get disturbed. See, the
Yeah.
growth hormones also happen in our body when we sleep. And that is when we sleep according to the right time. Not that we are
Yeah.
sleeping at 3 o'clock at night, waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning. That is not correct. So, to
Yeah.
balance your routine, to balance your hormones, to balance your health, you need to sleep on time. Second of all, how do you fix it? You have to have a good mind for that. You have
Yeah.
one day sleep on time and wake up on time. If you do it for 3 continuous days, your body will adapt to that clock. I know
Yeah.
for youngsters who are sleeping late, who are waking up late, they say ये तो हमारा routine बन गया है, अब हम उसे change नहीं कर सकते. But one day, if you wake up morning 7 o'clock, you will see you will fall asleep at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
True.
you need to just have a strong mind that I want to sleep on time, I want to wake up on time. You can't waste your entire morning sleeping. Just understand na, every minute of your life is so precious. How can you
Precious.
just waste it sleeping the entire morning? So
Hmm.
all you young girls should understand that sleeping on time is very important. It helps you balance your hormones. It helps you have a good glowing skin, good hair. And if you will not sleep on time, you will disturb your entire digestive system.
All right. I really like how you described it as a very inexpensive drug because I mean, if you see, there are so many phrases, when something happens in life, sometimes people will say, "Oh, just sleep it off," you know.
Yeah.
So sleep is actually something which we have taken for granted, and especially in the lockdown. I mean, I am a victim of this. I used to stay up till I think like 4 or 5 in the morning and then go to bed. But then, yeah, after I enjoyed this for a week कि अब तो ये मेरा routine है मैं सुबह सोती हूँ और दोपहर में I wake up. But then after a week I started feeling so bad about myself like what am I doing? Where is my day
Right.
going? Yeah, so that is true. Okay, so the next question which we have is that my mom has endometriosis. Her face keeps getting bad with patches. Her weight does not seem to decrease at all, and no creams work on her skin. What natural things can she do to make this better?
So, first of all, we need to understand endometriosis is again a hormonal imbalance in which the tissues of our ovaries start, developing outside the uterus. This is our
Yeah.
uterus, and the tissues start developing outside the uterus. And because of which you have skin problems, you have a hormonal imbalance. So, your mom, whosoever has asked this question, can avoid gluten, can avoid lactose. She can avoid caffeines or alcohol. She can shift on to foods which are rich in antioxidants, fruits, veggies, legumes. This is, I really need to see her case. I can't just tell you without seeing her case like that.
Yeah.
But these are the common things which she can follow.
Yeah. Because this is quite technical and you need like a proper diagnosis
Yeah,
and you
it is
need
a
to
proper thing.
know
So
the person. Yeah.
I can't just say anything about it, but just that
Yeah.
she can avoid gluten or lactose and eat foods which are rich in antioxidants and green leafy vegetables. Yeah. And
All
have a
right.
good sleep.
Okay. So that was our last question. But one small question which I have from my side is
For sure.
that you know when we initially went into lockdown last year, I have observed this that everybody's mindset was quite different. Like, we were still pretty hopeful and positive because I used to see a lot of people on Instagram who were very motivated. Like, their thinking was key, even if we're at home, we're in lockdown, we're going to exercise, we'll take care of our health and everything. And that went on. But cut to this lockdown. Now I feel like it's different because why the virus is closer to home now. And there is so much of sadness around us, and sometimes, including me, I just don't want to get up and work out, even though I am somebody who does work out 5 days a week. But sometimes even I'm like, "Ki, what's the point? I just don't want to work out." And sometimes I feel it's okay also. Ki, you don't want to work out, it's okay. But in that case, when you have decided that today I won't work out, or for the next 3 days I won't work out, what can you do to monitor your diet in that scenario? Because in that case, you just have a control over your diet. You've mentally decided कि मुझे workout तो करना ही नहीं है, I want to take a few days off. But then your diet and your food is the only thing which you have control over. So what can you do to make sure that your diet does not fall off track?
See, first of all, I want to say that the first lockdown, we were very new to the virus, and we just had very
Yeah.
few cases. And it was we just thought that in a month or so we would
Yeah.
be back to our normal life, and that is
Yeah.
why we were so excited. We were excited about the whole situation that we are at
Yeah.
home. We all have paid leaves. We have kids at home, and we are enjoying with them, and we were
Yeah.
motivated, and that's why we were working out also, because we just thought
Yeah.
after a month, when I go out, meet my friends, I should be in good shape. In
Yeah.
the second lockdown, the virus was very deadly, and
Yeah.
also we saw a lot of deaths happening, and
Yeah.
it was really bad. And now, because of that whole emotion that you were hearing, something is happening, it is bad, it is in the house, the
Yeah.
whole mood, the whole emotion went down. And also,
Yeah.
now you don't know when this lockdown will open. In the
Yeah.
first lockdown, we were excited because we thought it will end in a month or so. But now it
Yeah.
has already been 1.5 years. If
Yeah.
you see, it has been 1.5 years. And now
Hmm.
we are hearing about the third wave, that the third
Third
wave
wave.
is more deadly. So
The
that
second one is not even
motivation,
over yet.
the second wave is, so that motivation is gone. So we just feel
Yeah.
that, पता नहीं कब खुलेगा, क्यों करें, किसके लिए करें.
Hmm.
The motivation is always that we have to wear good clothes, we have to go to a get together, a party. That
Yeah.
is the motivation we have. But
Yeah.
now this lockdown is endless. So
Yeah.
you are feeling a little low, but it
Hmm.
will end, and you should be motivated. And for the food that you asked for, if you are at home and you're not working out, I would say, if you're not doing a hardcore gymming or a workout, you can at least do stretches. You can
Hmm.
do yoga asanas. You can stretch yourself. You can just run around the house, complete your steps. Working out
Hmm.
is not always necessary that you do a proper workout. You can just
Yeah.
do a walking around the house. You can do
Yeah.
stretching, and food, you can eat light. When you know that
Right.
you're not working out, you have a sedentary lifestyle, have early dinners, have light dinners, eat your
Yeah.
meals properly in the afternoon. Don't hog on junk. The problem is, agar mood kharab hai, so we hide behind a chips or a chocolate or
Zomato,
a tub of
Swiggy.
ice cream. जोमेटो स्विगी, राइट? सो वो सब नहीं करना है. वी शुड बी कॉन्शियस कि ठीक है, अगर हमारा मन नहीं कर रहा है वर्कआउट करने का, नो इश्यूज, आई विल कंप्लीट माई स्टेप्स. I will do just a stretching, just 10 quick Surya Namaskar, and I'm done. And
Done.
eat healthy. Have sauté vegetables and a cup of soup in dinner or something light. That way you can balance out.
Okay, so that was the last question, which was from my side.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Urvashi, for giving us such valuable information. I mean, I have learned so much by just talking to you, and I hope that all the people who asked us these questions, you were here because we made sure that we answer each and every question. And Urvashi has been very kind to explain each and every question as properly as she can. And if you guys are looking for a nutritionist or you have any other questions to which you think Urvashi has the answers, please follow her page. Her page is absolutely insightful. She puts up some lovely posts. I went through her page and it's very interesting. So
Thank you.
follow her and consult her. And I just want to say thank you so much for taking out the time and doing this with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Navya. All the best to you and Tansy for this association and the club. You both girls are doing wonders. And
Thank you so much.
anybody who has any lifestyle disorders or any problems can reach out to me. I'm sure Navya would mention my number and you can reach out. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you so much. So we're gonna end this live session now, and I hope everybody had fun and you guys gained something fruitful from this live. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.